couple of months ago, when I decided that I'm going to move, I came to the realization that I just have so much stuff. My little apartment was just jam packed with things. And when I was looking up sites on how to sell things and which place is the best, I realized that there are so many options out there now because there is really a market for reselling because we're all just overloaded with consumerism and we all buy things that we don't need. So, I'm going to review these sites for you today and tell you whether or not I recommend using those sites and whether or not I would use the sites again. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sue. I'm based in New York City and I'm just trying to navigate through my 20s, and that's what my channel is about. So I hope you follow along if you liked this video. The goal that I had with selling these items was to make just a little bit of money and to get rid of my stuff. So, depending on what I was selling, the goal was a little bit different because I was indeed moving and I had to get rid of so much of my stuff before I moved. So, I was on a little bit of a time crunch. The first item that I had was this West Elm sofa. It is honestly the cheapest sofa that West Elm has, and I bought it for about $700, and I only used it for 2 years. However, we did have cats, so some people were not a fan of that, and there were some parts that had like come apart, but my roommate had kind of fixed it. So, in most conditions, I would say it looked pretty good, and I did a lot of cleaning with it before I sold it. So I fixed some discoloration and then I cleaned it with my little green machine to make sure that it was in tip-top condition. I tried 3 different ways to sell it. The first place I tried was Facebook Marketplace. And so I had listed my item and I got so many responses. I think I got 8 responses in 1 hour. I think it's because I listed it for only $100. The problem was I listed it like 2 days before I was moving out. And so I needed somebody to come get it within the next day or two. And that was like kind of hard, so that's why I listed it for so cheap. Of the 8 messages that I got within the first hour, 5 of them couldn't pick it up on the next day, so that's why that didn't work out. 2 of them ghosted me, and then one person tried to scam me, and so that's why I decided no more Facebook Marketplace. This is just too much work. Person that tried to scam me, I was like looking up if this is common, and yeah, it's really common. If anybody asks you to click on some random link or whatever to pay, that's not it. And in general, I think people that use Facebook Marketplace, they like to use Cash App because it directs the money very quickly, or just straight cash. So honestly, I don't trust any other thing. This woman was scamming me, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not using Facebook Marketplace anymore. I have had some luck purchasing items off Facebook Marketplace, but to sell items, you need a lot of patience and you need to vet all the people that you're talking to. And people will ask the dumbest questions. And so, because of that, I would give Facebook Marketplace 3 out of 5 stars. So, after the Facebook Marketplace issue, I decided to find another site that would help me to sell my furniture. And so I used 2 sites. The first site I used was Kaiyo. The reason why I chose the site first was because they said that they would pick up the item and store it somewhere before it got even sold. And that way I could move out of my apartment with this piece of furniture gone. I submitted pictures of my sofa, and within maybe 2 days, I think 2 business days, they responded back to me. And they said they could not accept my item. And this screenshot, I mean, look at it. They say it's in excellent condition, but then they said that they can't accept it because it's not in good condition. Don't know what that means. I didn't even bother to argue with them because, like, there's clearly no logic happening there. So I gave up on that one. And then the next site I ended up using was Apt Deco, Apt Decor, maybe? Apt Deco. Apt Deco. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Apt Deco. And I used the site. It had some pretty decent reviews online. I posted photos of my sofa, and at this point, I was quite desperate to sell my couch, and I had like 3 days to get rid of it. So I started it off with like listing it as like $300, and that wasn't selling. And so then I decided to list it for $200, and that sold almost immediately. Somebody got it right away. And the thing I liked about Apt Deco is that they schedule a pickup for you. So unlike Facebook Marketplace, I don't have to like talk with the person buying it to see when they can pick it up. Apt Deco came and picked up my sofa and they were really good about it. They came and left very quickly and I got my payment, I think 2 weeks after that. So things happened very, very quickly and I loved it. For a $200 couch, I ended up making $102 and that came right into my bank account in 2 weeks. So honestly, I give Apt Deco 5 out of 5 stars. Great. And I would definitely use it again. The next thing that I wanted to sell was my clothing. So I I have so many clothes. Like all of my videos are me shopping and thrifting, and some people ask me how I can fit everything in my closet, and honestly, I cannot. Right now I have a walk-in closet and previously I had a walk-in closet, but I know in the future I might not have that. So I was trying to get rid of a lot of my clothes. So I used two different sites. The first is Crossroads. Now I've been to Crossroads stores before and I've tried selling my stuff there and I've had very little luck. But I decided with the online set, it would be a lot easier because I was living in New York City and I didn't have a car. So every time I wanted to go to Crossroads or like Buffalo Exchange to give my clothes, I would lug a cart or a massive, massive bag of my clothing. And it was just not worth it for them to not accept so many things. If you're selling to Crossroads, you get an envelope that looks like this, and you can just submit something onto their website and they will send it to you. And it is just an envelope that comes with a huge, huge bag. It has a packing label on it directly so that you can just fill it with your stuff and then send it to UPS and it will go directly to their store. And then within a couple of weeks, you'll get an email saying how they've processed your clothes and which ones they've decided to sell. The whole process from me signing up on the form to me actually getting paid took about a month, which is fairly quick. I was quite surprised by this. I was expecting it to take longer, but I was not happy with how many items they took. So I submitted 18 items to them. I can show you all of them here. And they only took two things. Those weren't even the two best things. I will say those were the two trendiest items that I had, so maybe that's why they took them. I don't really know what they do with the other items. I have been told that they do donate them, but I have also heard that they just sell those items too because they're not giving it back to you. So you don't really know if they're selling it or donating it. And at this point, I didn't really care. I was just hoping to get rid of those items sustainably. So I was happy with that. I'm just glad that I got rid of those items quickly and that they accepted something. This is how much I got paid for those two items. And honestly, I would give Crossroads 4 out of 5 stars. I wish they took more items, but I do think they paid fairly for the items that I gave them. Let's compare that to the next site that I used, which was Thredup. Thredup is a site that I love. I shop on there quite a lot. It's the largest online consignment store where you can buy clothes that are either brand new with tags or have been gently worn. And I have previously sent them items a long time ago, and I've bought items from them consistently. So it is a site that I do love to use, and I would love to be sponsored by them someday. I sent them 16 items, and I can show you what I sent here, and they've accepted 8 of those items. However, the thing about Thredup is that they have a consignment window, meaning that if your item does not sell within a certain time period of them receiving your items at their warehouse, they will expire them, meaning you will not get paid for those items. So basically, you gave those items as a donation to Thredup. I don't like this method because I was sending them some items that someone might not be purchasing right now because it's summer, but they would make a lot of money out of it in the winter. I understand that they have limited warehouse space, but at the same time, if they're going to make money off of that, it kind of sucks that I don't make money off of that too. Additionally, you have to wait kind of a long time for you to receive money. How it works is that if they sell an item of yours, you have to wait until after that period of return possibility is over. So if someone purchases it today, they have 30 days to return that item after they receive it. And so you have to wait until after that has happened so that they don't return it so that you can receive your money. On top of that, the thing that I don't like about Thredup is that a lot of people use discount codes or coupons. They have a sale pretty much every week on their items. And if a user purchases an item with those coupon codes, you basically sold the item for less, even though you didn't agree to that coupon code. That's just kind of how it works. As a person who buys items, I think it's great. As a person who sells, that kind of sucks. So you receive quite less. I've always had an amazing time buying things from their site. I don't love selling things on their site. You get paid pennies to how much the item is worth. I can show you here how much I sold some of my stuff for. So I guess all in all, I would say that I give Thredup 3 out of 5 stars for selling. For buying, I think 5 out of 5, but for selling, 3 out of 5 stars. If I had the choice, I would sell to Crossroads, I think. Again, I do like that the Thredup has a interface for you to view things that are selling, but I recommend Crossroads a little bit more for selling. But for buying, definitely Thredup. Now, the fourth thing that I was selling is any makeup products, hair products, things in my get ready with me's in the morning that I used and didn't love, things that I've received as PR and used gently and didn't love, things that I've got as like gifts for my birthday that were like skincare and didn't work with my skin. Those are things I was trying to get rid of. And at first, I tried to donate them to local shelters, but you'd be surprised, a lot of places don't accept donations like that are gently used or even brand new unless it's by the brands themselves. And I understand that concern. So when I was looking for places to sell, I found this site called YouFromMe, and I love what they do. They are a site that sells gently used or brand new skincare or hair care products because let's be honest, we have stuff in our makeup bag that we never reach that could be used somewhere else. They have a really great process for making sure that everything is super hygienic. Anything that they can't sell, they do donate. So things like little sample bottles that you receive for free, they can't sell those, so they do donate those things. And I just like that it's based here in New Jersey. So when I found them, I was really excited. I had a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't take pictures of those things before I donated them, but like the other sites, they allow you to print a label for free. I boxed up all of my items. I put a lot of bubble wrap just to make sure that they didn't get destroyed in packaging. And I shipped it off to New Jersey. I don't have a breakdown of how many things they took because I didn't take pictures of it, but they took almost everything now that I remember it. And they list it on their site as slightly cheaper than how much it is for brand new, even though most of my items were brand new. And I like that they have a seller portal so you can view all of your items on there and you get paid as they get sold. So I received some money, I connected to my PayPal and I got money through there. And it happens fairly quickly. I do recognize that this is a much smaller company, so their processing times can take a long time. And at the same time that I sent my package, they were having another kind of promotional event. So they were kind of slow to review all my items and list them. But overall, I really recommend this site because sustainability. I love it. I love the agenda here. And they paid a really, really fair price for the items that I sent them. So I'm really glad I used it. And I will definitely be selling there again. Overall, I have learned quite a few things from this process. The first being that I just need to buy less stuff. It seems that I shouldn't be so worried about reselling my stuff. I should be more worried about buying less stuff. It will make the planet happier and it will make my wallet happier. Second, reselling takes a lot of work. Back in the day, I used to sell my old clothes on Poshmark and Depop, and that required way more work than the work that I did here for Thredup and for Crossroads. And so more and more sites are popping up that make it easier for you to resell. So I would do a lot of vetting around and seeing what's going to be the best place for your particular items. And the last thing is just sustainability. If you're going to purchase items, I now am looking at these sites to purchase more items if I do need to get something, as opposed to buying things brand new, because there are so many good gem items that you can buy secondhand. I already love thrifting, so now I'm even more interested in these sites now that I've sold some stuff on there. I hope you found this helpful. If anybody's moving out, please try these sites and let me know what you think. I'm always looking to make a little extra bag, so I might sell some more stuff that I have before I move again, which is in a couple of months. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.